Our country is in a fascinating moment, and you've made some comments about President Trump, and I'm so interested in what you think of this moment in our country, with the US being quite aggressive in its rhetoric towards South Africa, but at the same time, we can't deny that we need the US. So how are you thinking about this moment, especially as the president said we won't be bullied recently?
We are witnessing the rise of nationalism, protectionism, the pursuit of narrow interests, and the decline of common cause. This is the world that we, as South Africa, a developing economy, must now navigate. But we are not daunted to navigate our path through this world that constantly changes. We will not be deterred. We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied.
Yeah, no, I think the president is right that he shouldn't be bullied. No president should be bullied. And I think for me, that was brilliant what he said. But I also want to say that America needs South Africa in particular. And South Africa needs America in particular. It's our second biggest trading partner. But I think where I think America is wrong and where South Africa is wrong, it's number one, America believes this nonsense. And they've used improper channels. That's not how you speak to another president. A president shouldn't read on the internet what you think or your dissatisfaction. Yeah. So that's the first thing America did wrong. But the biggest sin, I think, was to believe this fringe racist that goes on and say white people are under siege. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah. But I think where we have erred as a country, in my opinion, Burkina Faso or any other country, or Lesotho, Lesotho gives us water, so it's a wrong example. Burkina Faso cannot wake up tomorrow and tell us, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Sure.
But you see, America gives us 17% of our funding for the fight against HIV/AIDS comes from America. AGOA is a concession that Americans have made. Yeah. Now, when a person gives you money, now people get angry with me, but I know the rules of life that fits me. I don't have gray rules. Yeah. I don't believe life is gray. When a person gives you money, you cannot ignore that person, and that person has a right to ask you questions.
Sure.
I do think that we need to address the Americans and try to fix the relationship. The last thing on this issue I want to say is, you know, there's a lot of people that said I'm ass leaking. Maybe they're right. I think maybe they're right. I can't argue that. But you see, a leader does not make you an ordinary person. It makes you a person leading ordinary people. A leader must not have an ego. A leader must say, my people are going to die. People are going to die if they stop PEPFAR. Sure. Doctors are going to lose their jobs. Nurses are going to lose their jobs. And if we lose AGOA, a lot of industries, businesses is going to die. Now, as a leader, I need to put that before my ego. If it means I have to leak us for my people to stay alive, I, as Gayton McKenzie, not a GNU, I will do that. If it means I got to leak us for industries to survive and people to survive, I will do that. I can't be arrogant. You see, it's like a poor man's arrogance. It's a curse. No, if you're poor and you're arrogant, it's a curse. Like, I don't care, but you have nothing. You gotta have, and these are things that's uncomfortable to say,
absolutely,
but necessary to say.
And maybe it's our own fault because over the last 30 years, we've allowed ourselves to become so weak that we can now be pushed around.
Yeah, but I think it's you know, what people need to understand about South Africa and what we as the GNU need to understand and learn very fast. We are the wealthiest country in the world. You see, and I'm not speaking as a person that reads about minerals. Yeah. I've made my money in minerals. Yeah. Yeah. I've become rich because of minerals. We have the biggest, we are number one when it comes to chrome. We're number one when it comes to platinum. We're number one when it comes to gold. I can go on and on. And I think coal, I think we're number 3, if I'm not mistaken. You know, iron ore, I think we're number 1. We are a wealthy, wealthy, wealthy country, but it doesn't serve it down to the people. And this is a time where we as the GNU, we can't miss this bus.
Absolutely.
We don't have 30 years. We have 5 years to prove to people. And you know, when you have your minerals like South Africa, I mean, apartheid was number 1, we were the number 1 gold producing country.
Yeah.
In democracy, we are not even in the top 10. Surely you have to look in the mirror and say, we're doing something wrong. How do you explain this to me? And as a leader, this is the question that we are sieged with. We have the biggest and the highest amount of minerals, but we have the highest amount of unemployment.
Yeah.
We are messing up with generation after generation. And as a leader, my role in the GNU is to remind them. It's to remind our leaders to say, we have to mine our minerals. Trump has given us the best opportunity to do so. If he pulls PEPFAR, if he pulls AGOA, you know, it's like a girl that has a man that buys everything for her. And she's educated and she's smart, but she does nothing. This guy does everything for her. If that guy stops funding, she can use her smartness now. Let me apply for a job. We need to use our smartness because our sugar daddy is now talking about he's going to close the channels.
Yeah, it's a fascinating moment. And